Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Sun's out, guns out today, although it's getting on to evening, so I guess the sun's going down. I want to talk a little bit about recoil, about the experience of felt recoil, because it's different for everybody, and sometimes that's hard to quantify or describe. We can describe recoil in terms of, foot-pounds of energy or whatever. We can measure it in some way that's very easy to quantify, but like, how do you describe that to someone? And somebody who fires a gun that's got 10 foot-pounds of free recoil, somebody might fire that and say, oh, that really hurts, and somebody else might fire the same gun and say, oh no, that's no problem. A great deal of felt recoil comes down to what kind of recoil pad you have, and sometimes if the gun is gas operated or not, and speed of the powder burn. It could come down to, a lot of it comes down to ergonomics, to the shape of the firearm. I am not today at the picnic table of wisdom, seated at a seat of knowledge. Instead, I am in the chair of recoil management at the table of being a bit of a sissy when it comes to recoil. I'm a little recoil sensitive. When it comes to a pistol, not as much. Recoil in my hands, I mean, yeah, it can hurt, it can sting or whatever, but usually it's not a huge problem. But on my shoulders, it's pretty rough, which I think is one reason I don't shoot a rifle all that well, because most full power rifles, they kind of beat me up. And maybe that's a matter of ergonomics because of my body shape, because I'm tall or whatever. I don't know, but, and I fired some that weren't too bad, but most of them are kind of painful. Something in, 5.56 NATO is no problem, but apparently we just lost the lights here. I think they're about to close the building, but anyway, something in 5.56 NATO is no problem, but like even 7.62 NATO, I fired some heavy rifles that are gas operated that, yeah, are no problem. I could shoot all day. But others, I mean, some of them just really kick the snot out of me. So anyway, when it comes to trying to quantify felt recoil, that can be difficult, but the standard that I've used for a long time is the free ammo standard. If I'm on the range with a firearm and somebody pulls up with a truckload of ammo and he says, I need you to help me shoot this. I need this stuff to go away. Just shoot it up. I get to shoot all day for free. Maybe I can shoot several days, free of charge. I don't have to pay anything for the ammo. How much am I willing to shoot if it's free, if somebody else is providing it? Well, with something like a Glock 17, I'll bankrupt you. Or with an AR-15 and 5.56, I'll shoot all day long, all week long. I will burn up ammo until I melt the barrel. I'll burn up all that ammo. But something like 44 mag, well, in some 44 mag rifles, I might be willing to shoot all day. In some heavy pistols, I might be willing to shoot quite a lot. I might shoot several boxes of ammo. If it's a relatively light pistol, I might not be willing to shoot any at all, or I might fire 1 or 2 rounds and say I'm done. So you might hear me occasionally on the channel apply that standard for recoil. Other people's ammo or free ammo. If you just come up and you're letting me shoot all the ammo I want for free, how much am I willing to shoot before I give up, before it really stops being fun? With a lot of 380 pocket pistols, man, I might get through a box and that would be about it. Even if the ammo is free, it can be really painful sometimes to keep shooting those. With a Glock 42, which is a 380 pocket pistol, I could probably get through quite a bit of ammo. I might get through several boxes. I find it more comfortable to shoot than most similar sized 380s. If it were a larger 380, I don't know what model would apply. Maybe one of the old Colt pocket pistols, like a model 1908 or whatever. I might be willing to shoot one of those all day because some of those are pretty pleasant. Or a Beretta model, is it 34 or 35? Anyway, one of the pre-war Berettas in 380. Those are fairly comfortable to shoot. I might shoot one of those all day. Or a Walther PP, I might shoot one of those all day and shoot many boxes of ammo. But anyway, so that's just a standard that I've come to use to quantify like how much it hurts to shoot certain cartridges. And so you may hear me say that on the channel, and if you want to, feel free to use that standard. If you want to describe how much it kicks, how much ammo would you be willing to shoot for free through that gun? There are some 12 gauge shotguns that I could just about shoot all day with light loads, and with really heavy turkey loads or goose or duck loads, I might only go through a mag or two before I decide it's no fun, and may get so much recoil that I'm risking having a concussion or a detached retina or something. So, which I have heard of happening to people with a lot of heavy recoil. Anyway, those are just my thoughts on recoil and how we can sort of quantify something that's difficult to quantify. It's going to be different for every person, because there are some people who, if you offer them a truckload of 458 Win Mag, will shoot all of it and ask for more because they're just nuts and they like recoil. High power competitive shooters typically like recoil. They're guys who just eat it up. And there are other people who find that there are people who put muzzle brakes on a 223 rifle because they don't like the recoil. So, we're all different there in terms of what we can tolerate. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on recoil. Keep your powder dry.